Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Reality Roundup with Madrosed.
All right.
We have a podcast, y'all.
Yeah, you totally maxed that out. We're still learning, guys, so sorry if we suck. But this is our very first podcast that we've ever done. And if you see us, you're probably watching on YouTube.
I hope. If you see us and you're listening to us, you might be crazy, but that's okay because we all are.
And if you can't see us, we're very thin and beautiful and young and...
No, okay, so...
Well, at least I am.
I know. We've had this recap channel on YouTube for a long time, Madrosed, 10 plus years, and
You really grew up on this channel.
I did. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I didn't grow down.
Yeah.
But people were asking us, when are you going to get a podcast? YouTube is great, but what if I want to listen to my car or whatever?
Or at work, on the down low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's finally here. We will be talking about all different reality shows. Right now we're going to be talking about Survivor, Dancing with the Stars, whatever pops up. I'm sure we'll be talking about Housewives occasionally.
Maybe we'll even be talking about Below Deck.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Oh my god, I'm such a freak for Below Deck. You guys have no idea.
So this podcast might end up being like 2 hours. Not this week, but
no. Oh, in the future.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anything goes.
Anything goes.
So yeah, you've seen us recap a lot of CBS shows in the past, but if you think we're crazy about CBS shows...
Oh my god, Bravo.
Bravo is...
me down. I will talk for weeks about Bravo.
Bravo is something else. So yeah, we will definitely be talking about Below Deck in the future.
Hell yeah. And Vanderpump, come
yes,
on.
Of course. There's only one episode left on this season of Below Deck Med.
Yeah, so maybe we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
It's like the finale, right?
However, the new season of regular Below Deck with Captain Lee starts the week after the finale. Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. So we'll definitely be talking about that. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god.
Right?
Okay. But anyway, let's talk about Survivor.
Survivor 39.
So I just want to clarify too, this is not going to be like a straight recap like we used to do of the show.
We're just going to be shooting the shit with you guys.
Yeah, we used to recap the show, but now we're just going to kind of like talk about some of the best moments, talk about some gameplay, things like that, and just have fun with it.
Right.
So let's talk about Survivor.
All right, so when this started, I had no idea of what was going on. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was I saw freaking hot Jeff Probst on the helicopter acting like the daredevil that he is.
I cannot believe the way he was like leaning against that helicopter.
He was probably like, all right, guys, you know what angle I want. I don't want to fall off this thing.
Did they have him freaking clipped like on the back of his shirt?
I don't know.
Is he wearing a harness, like an invisible harness or something? Because that was insane.
I don't know, but that was hot as hell.
So this is season 39.
Yeah. And I already said that.
Oh, okay. It's Island of the Idols.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have a really funny story too.
Oh, do you?
In a few minutes.
Okay.
But anyway.
Well, this season is going to be mentors.
Right.
They're going to have a little special island, which I didn't know. And I was like, oh my god, are they only going to be on the island when it was time for her to go to the island? And you were like, what the hell is wrong with you? You didn't know that?
This is what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was going to wait a little bit, but we're already here. So
yeah, just do it.
Okay, so obviously we saw the two mentors are Boston Rob and Sandra Diaz Twine.
She is amazing.
The queen stays the queen.
Exactly.
For sure. And anyway, I'm going to talk about the mentors in a second.
Okay.
But it was so funny because we're, I don't know, like halfway through the episode. And
maybe a third in.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Olympic swimmer is about to go to the island of the idols.
Right.
And you're like, holy shit.
Yep.
Do you think that Rob and Sandra are on the island? And I look at my dad, your husband, and I go...
The one I lay with?
Oh, God. Please don't. And I go, is she for real? I thought that was kind of obvious. I don't know, maybe.
You know what? It's not obvious to everybody.
Okay.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I'm not
usually.
trying to make fun of you.
It's fine.
It was a fun moment.
I feel stupid now a little bit because
I thought it was kind of implied that Island of the Idols was a double meaning. Like
I didn't get the double entendre.
There would be potential there for some sort of advantages to come out, but also like the idols, like American Idols,
right.
Survivor Idols, are going to be chilling on that island. Do you think they're actually staying on that island, or do you think they're staying at Ponderosa?
No. They're at Ponderosa, living the good life,
and they just go to that island for like an hour or two.
The Ponderosa of the Ponderosa. I went in there like a toddler. What can I say? I was just like, "Goo goo gaga, where are idols?"
Well, I mean, we didn't know how they were going to be incorporated into the show at first, and when they arrived on the island, the outcasts.
There was no Jeff to welcome them.
There wasn't the whole, like, jump in the water and get your supplies and then you're going to take your boat to your island. It wasn't like that.
They had a nice-ass boat ride to the island. They said, sayonara, kids.
Where's Jeff?
Yeah. And they saw their, there was, like, the buffs and some junk for them, like a machete probably and a pot, whatever, some rice. Yeah.
Right.
Survivor junk.
It was a different experience compared to what we've seen.
What'd you think about that? Do you think that was effective, not having Jeff there? Sorry, my dog is snoring.
She's a Snorlax.
Yeah.
I think it was interesting because it made everybody a little bit paranoid. It made everybody freak out a bit. Like, oh my God, what's going on here? So I think it was cool.
I really enjoyed that twist at the beginning. I thought that was really effective.
Be honest, do you think Jeff just had a prior commitment?
No.
Are they already filming the next season at the same time?
They might be, but I think that was part of the mysteria of this season because there's lots of secrets.
Right. So we have not had the chance yet to look at all the cast bios and everything.
Like we usually do.
We were fully entrenched in Big Brother 21.
In the shit show that was Big Brother 21, and now it has taken years off of our life, but we're ready to fully commit to
so I mean,
Survivor.
We're going into this as casuals, basically.
Yeah, that's sad.
But we will be looking at bios.
Eventually.
Yeah, hopefully before the next podcast. Yeah. But I'm really excited about this cast. I think there's a lot of fun personalities in there, a lot of interesting personalities.
I think this was very well cast. Very well, very diverse in terms of age and ethnicity and stories. And there's a lot of stories. It seems like everybody's got a great story.
Not a Big Brother cast.
Exactly. Which makes it great.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the two different tribes. There's Laro and there's Vokai. So let's start off with Laro. You want to pull that up on the computer or?
So we're not going to go through the full cast.
No, we're not.
Right
we're
now,
just
right?
going to go through the highlights of the people on this episode.
Okay, so the Laro tribe.
All right, so you got Elizabeth, the Olympic swimmer. She seems a little bit yellow lab.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like she's just like, I'm happy to be here.
She's obviously a big personality right from the get-go. I mean, that's a pretty big deal, being an Olympic swimmer on a show like this.
That could really help her tribe out in some of the challenges. I think she's got a secure spot.
And everybody is aware that she is an Olympic swimmer. Right. She didn't really hide that.
No.
So she's obviously a big personality. I don't know if that's a good thing at first, because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if you're really big in the beginning, you're probably not going to be long for this season.
Well,
but you never know.
I think if you're big because you have skills, it's okay.
I don't know.
Because as long as you're not annoying or a douche canoe, I think you're fine.
Well, I mean, she was also the first person to go to the Island of the Idols, so of course she was going to be heavily featured.
Yeah. But it wasn't like they voted her there.
Right.
You know, they picked her name out of a bag.
Thing, yeah. So this tribe also has Missy. She was the college basketball player.
Yeah, she also had a brain tumor.
Oh my God.
She is like in remission now. The brain tumor is gone.
I was tearing up when she was telling her story.
I know. I'm really rooting for her. She seems like a really nice person. I'm also really rooting for Vince.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the Hamong people, and I don't think that's because I'm ignorant. I think it's just because it's such a small, like, tiny group.
Yeah.
They're not even a country.
I am,
I'm very interested in finding more
I'm
out about them.
excited to learn more about his experience and his life.
Yeah.
But you have with Vince the little trio.
Right.
Of Vince, Elaine,
and Tom the hockey player.
Yeah, Tom the former hockey player.
It's almost like a Big Brother parallel.
I was like, oh my god, it's the formation of the Fellowship of the Zing.
Yep.
You got your Cliff, you got your Ovi, and you got your Nicole.
Yeah. What'd you think of Tom?
Tom.
The hockey player.
Sorry, we're still getting used to names here. You know how it is. I'm not sure on Tom yet.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold. I got to see what he's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I like their little trio that they've got going, but they need to be careful because, as we saw, they've already been not singled out, but like tripled out.
Yeah. Are you in love with Elaine?
Elaine is hilarious.
Elaine is a gem.
Yeah, she
is a gem.
Hilarious to watch. She's also a hard worker.
Yeah.
So everybody's immediately like, oh my god, Elaine is the best.
She is an effing social butterfly.
Yeah. But they have to be careful because the rest of their tribe was already like, oh, those three already went off together, so...
let's get them.
Yeah.
That was sucky. I felt really bad that everybody was like, all right, it's just us, and we're going to pick off those three one by one. Mm-hmm. That sucked.
Was that Aaron who said that, or was that Ronnie?
I don't remember. One of them.
The two of them together...
Did not like. They were like evil squared.
Yeah, they were.
They just seem really evil. All right, so there's also a girls' alliance happening on that tribe, which is really exciting.
Please, last.
Because we've never really seen much of a girls' alliance before.
Well, on Survivor, yes. On Big Brother, no. But Survivor, there have been some all-women's alliances in the past that have worked. So I'm hopeful that it could happen again.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, who was it that warned Elizabeth? Missy.
No, she warned Elaine.
Oh, I keep calling her Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She warned Elaine, like, hey, people are already talking about you, so...
You better, like, cool it.
Yeah.
You better lay low.
Yeah.
And that Ronnie, he is a weasel. He's already being evil from day one. He was kind of not baiting, but, like, luring in Elaine, and like he has no intentions of working with her. He wants to get rid of her.
I like that Elaine was immediately saying,
she knew, yeah.
You know what? I don't trust this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does not give me a good feeling. Good. So I'm glad that she's
got a lot of street smarts.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because a lot of times the person that's all like friendly and gets along really well with everyone, they don't see that. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad she has a really good read on people.
I really hope she goes far because so far I really, really like her.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about the Vokai tribe.
Okay.
It was clear from the beginning that the other tribe, the Laro, was stacked with semi-athletes.
They got mad athletes.
Yeah. And the Vokai tribe, I believe, has basically like Janet.
I don't know. There's some
lifeguard.
Some athletic potential there.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack with the long hair. Wasn't he the one during the challenge that went back and like helped everybody up? I feel like he is going to be very athletic and he's going to be good in challenges.
I think he's going to have a great social game too. Mm-hmm. Janet, the old lifeguard, she made fire from the get-go.
Everybody was like,
I've been practicing and I can make fire from just bamboo. And boy, she did. I was impressed.
That was impressive.
That was well impressive. Jason, he made a big boner mistake. He went out immediately, started looking for idols.
Yeah. And of course.
And everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it. His name was thrown around.
Mm-hmm. Dan also was playing it up big time, sinking Jason's game from the get-go.
Oh, Dan. Oh, Dan. I don't know what to think about Dan because...
Dan is from Hollyweird and he is an agent, so I'm thinking he's kind of shady. Just from his job.
Dan, I find interesting... And I was kind of, like, excited because I was thinking, maybe this will be, like, a villain this season. But then he was all, like, came out that he's all, like, the touchy-feely guy, and...
Yeah, Dan makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
from watching him. I mean, I don't know what he's like in real life, but
I'm glad that Kelly kind of nipped it in the bud and said,
yeah.
hey, I'm uncomfortable. I'm not into the touchy-feely thing. So now, hopefully he's going to be receptive to that.
She's kind of a germaphobe, too. And boy, was he really sweating.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. When he was giving the massage to, I think he was giving a massage to Janet. Or, like, cracking her back or whatever. And he's, like, dripping sweat on her. I was like, ugh.
Sweat is disgusting. You might as well pee on me if you're going to sweat
Ew.
on me, so don't do it.
I mean, you're exposed to so many germs and, like, gross things on Survivor, but, like, there's just something about someone else's sweat that is another level.
What'd you think about the clam squirting?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Good times.
All right, so on this tribe, they have something that is like the little young alliance, I like to call it, Jack and Tommy.
Uh-huh.
Jack, Mr. Long Hair, and Tommy, the ginger-haired guy.
Right.
He I don't know what to make of these two. Are they gonna stick together, or
I don't know.
I know it's too soon, too young, too soon. He's also a crier. He's gonna propose to his girlfriend, so he seems a little bit like unstable at the moment.
Unstable? I don't know about that.
He's very homesick.
Okay, well, we'll
All
see
right,
what happens.
what did you think of Nora?
Okay, I'm kind of low-key obsessed with Nora.
It's Nora.
So obsessed I don't even know her name. No.
I love that spelling for Nora.
It's interesting, yeah.
I like it.
But the reason why I'm excited about Nora is because she reminds me of Debbie from a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
Just like her energy. I don't know. There's something about her energy that I'm just like, oh my God, it's Debbie. She's going to start talking about all these jobs that she's had. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
does she have an animal print swimsuit in a one piece? I don't think so.
We'll find out.
I don't think so, because I'm looking at the picture here and she's got a very nice teal bikini.
I don't know, but I feel like she's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, she did warn Jason, you done effed up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have
Everybody thinks that you have an idol now.
Everybody's chatting about you, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what'd you think of the immunity challenge?
I loved it.
It was great. Obviously, you get Flint, because that's what they always do.
Yeah.
It was a giant obstacle course.
I felt like this challenge was brutal. Anything where they have to slide down, like, those big wooden slides.
Oh my God. They left half their skin on those ramps.
I'm really curious what that feels like, because
not good. I'm
mean,
sure it's like burns. Like,
as smooth as you can make it,
yeah.
you're still... no. I feel like that
People
is so
were getting
painful.
kicked in the face.
That's gotta be so
and
painful.
I'm sure it was hot as hell. There was sweat flying.
But the good thing is, this is the first challenge of the season, so everybody's still, like, full energy pretty much.
Yeah.
They're excited, so it's not like you're exhausted doing this challenge on day 38 or whatever. You know what I mean?
They made a human ladder.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was cool, because when they showed the preview of the challenge, they didn't show anybody making a human ladder. They showed people muscling it up there, like getting a head start and running up there. So for them to make the human ladder, I was impressed that was a good strategy. And that was also the part where, what was his name? Jack was helping everybody at the end to get his tribe up there so that they could start to work on the puzzle, because while they had an early lead, the Vokai tribe, they fell behind a little bit because the other tribe already got everybody up there and had started working on the puzzle. Mm-hmm. And they still needed to get people up. And he took it upon himself to get everybody up there, which was great. And they ended up winning it.
It was a blowout.
They went through that puzzle really, really quickly.
Yeah, they were really efficient. The other tribe was just like, what is puzzle?
Yeah, that puzzle was brutal, too. Those pieces looked heavy.
But again, it's early in the season, so they still have energy, or they should. Yeah,
right. So that means that Laro, the athletes, are going to tribe them.
Yeah.
But first, Elizabeth was picked to go to the island of the idols.
Okay.
Which I didn't have a clue.
No.
Like, when are they going to roll out Rob and Sandra?
Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't know what to think going into this season because I was like, oh my god, they're bringing back these people for like the millionth time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be like on Big Brother season, what was that, 14, when they had the mentors. Right. And then they ended up going into the game and actually being able to compete. So I was like, oh, is Survivor going to do that? Like, do these people need to win again? And as much as I love Boston Rob and Sandra, I want to see some new blood. But now that I know...
The twist.
There's no way they'll be able to win the money. They're there to mentor and, like, offer up potential advantages and stuff.
I think it's going to be great.
I like it so far. Yeah, I like it.
Love it.
Because I like their personalities a lot. But
they're hilarious together because they play off of each other because they're both snarky as hell.
They play off of each other so well. Mm-hmm. So well. But it was funny when they kept saying, like, oh, these two know the game the best. Like, these are some of the best players ever. Mm-hmm. But, like, if you think about it, if you think about their records, Sandra has won
twice. Times. The only player to ever win twice.
No one else has ever done that. I would say, yes, she is absolutely one of the best players of all time.
But Boston Rob?
Boston Rob. Okay, I love Boston Rob. Don't get me wrong.
Like
but
3 times before he won?
Yeah. So, I don't know that he's one of the best players ever. Maybe, I would say, arguably one of the most entertaining.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't know if they're on the same level game-wise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But nonetheless, very excited that they're both on the show.
Yeah. So Elizabeth arrives on the island, and she's like, what's those statues? They look kind of like Boston Rob and Sandra.
Do you think she actually recognized them from the statues, or she recognized them as they were walking out?
I think she recognized the statues.
You think so? Because I don't know that I would have immediately thought, oh, that's absolutely Boston Rob and Sandra.
But if you're into Survivor and you're not me,
I am into Survivor,
and you hear Island of the Idols, and they're bringing you to an island, and there's 2 statues, you're like, who's the most iconic Survivor players? And she goes through the list in her head, and she comes up with, that looks like Boston Rob,
and you're like,
Sandra.
That's not Parvati. That's not
right. Exactly. So they're like, hey, come on into the snug. We're going to show you some stuff.
Yeah.
And, you watch the episode. They explain to her what's going on. They're here to help her. They don't want her money. Mm-hmm. It's all good.
Well, the thing is, not only are they, like, mentoring the players, but it looks like each week they will be offering up some sort of challenge.
A reward.
Which could have a reward.
Or it could have a punishment.
Or a punishment. Yeah. Or a consequence, whatever. If they fail, and they can just be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm good. Like, sometimes they probably should say no. Absolutely. Like, this time, she probably should have said no.
I don't know why, on God's green earth, she accepted that challenge. He made hundreds of fires.
I know. I love when they kept saying hundreds of fires.
How did she think after
this was her first fire ever that she just learned how to make, and she's going to challenge
She never used magnesium, and she's going to challenge Boston Rob, who's played 4 or 5 times. Was it 4 or 5? It's 4, I think.
Yeah, times. I want to say it's like 4. But it was just funny how... They, like, set her up, and they're like, so, are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I give her props for going for it, because...
I don't. I would have said, hell no!
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never know what could happen. Honestly, is your vote super, super important in the first week? Maybe not. Maybe not as important as it is down the line.
This week, yes, because you weren't there for, like, if she hadn't gone away, maybe her vote wouldn't have been as important. But she already put a target on herself, not of her fault, but by being away, because everybody's chatting it up, and then it would have been easy for them to say, hey, let's get rid of her. But she's a swimmer, so, like, she's valuable to the tribe.
Yeah. I mean, what was I going to say? I guess it also doesn't hurt that, like, she had a good personality. So,
yeah.
And everybody was looking... We'll get there. I don't want to jump ahead of myself right now, but...
So, can she pass the test? No, she did not pass the test.
She failed. But then, what the hell? Boston Rob was like, oh, that was a rookie mistake. She should have asked me for a better deal. How are we supposed to know that's on the table?
I just would have said no, and then maybe he meant like no.
Oh, and then are you
said,
sure?
Right.
What do you think
the better deal would have been?
I guess I would say
the better deal might have been like a head start. Like if she would have said, there's no way I'm going to beat you. Can I have like a head start or, so that this would be more fair?
See, I thought the better deal would have been like
more immunity?
Like it would have lasted longer.
I don't think so. That would have been like too much, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, if she couldn't do it, she couldn't do it.
Well, we'll see if anybody asks for a better deal next week and see what it is.
We'll see.
All right, so...
I'm really curious what the other, like, challenges and stuff are going to be that come up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so who's in trouble this week? Elaine? Because she is an effing social butterfly. Because
she's too cool. She's too nice.
She's too amazing. She's like everybody's friend, and I can see that. I would definitely want to hang out with her.
Well, Ronnie is the one who really singled her out and was like, she needs to go.
Yeah. And I think, Ronnie, you need to go because you are very sus.
Yeah, he's sketchy.
He is sketchy. So Elizabeth comes back, and she's not going to tell anybody what actually went on because that's going to be a target on her.
I feel like she's probably also not allowed to.
I don't know.
I think they left that out. I feel like she's not allowed to. I think they want to keep this surprise going for a little longer.
Okay.
But they were like, yeah, don't say that you can't tell, but you can't tell.
Well, everybody wants Elizabeth's vote, and she don't have one.
Yeah, because, I mean, Elaine knows that she's on the chopping block because somebody told her. So she knows she's in trouble. And, yeah, it's pretty much down to either Elaine or Ronnie. There were some people saying, maybe Vince.
Vince, yeah.
But it's pretty much down to the two of them.
All right, so we get to Tribal. And how cool was it that Sandra and Rob were in the spy shack?
I love the spy shack.
I love when they ran in there and they're sitting there and they're listening, and it was so cool to see their reactions to what was going on in Tribal, especially when...
One of my favorites was when somebody was talking about Boston, and Boston Rob was like, to Sandra, and she was just like...
Yeah. And then they were talking about voting people off.
And people were getting emotional. Yeah. Because this is the first person that's getting voted off.
You've got to go through hell and high water to get on this show, to be the first person off after you've done such a big journey. You've tried out for reality TV. It is a very long, unknown process. So you know what it's like to try out for reality TV. You've been through the process.
It's a lot of paperwork, guys.
It's a lot of paperwork.
There's a lot of paperwork.
A lot of interview. It's very arduous to get on the show, to travel to the show. They have to go to Fiji. I'm sure they've got to get a million freaking shots and whatnot.
Was that confirmed? Is this Fiji again?
I think they said Fiji, yeah.
Just checking, because I wasn't 100% sure on that.
So to be the first one off and have to spend the 39 days at Ponderosa sucks.
Do they even go to Ponderosa?
Yeah.
The early exits?
Yeah, because they don't want that getting out.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that sucks. Even though it does get spoiled anyway. Right? So...
I don't like to look at Survivor spoilers. I like to watch it play out.
I do too, because if it had live feeds or whatever, it would be a different story. Yeah. But since it's already in the can and everything, I don't want to know about it.
Survivors are a little treat.
Yeah.
Spoiler-free treat.
Yes. So, it sucks, but they had the vote, and Ronnie was totally blindsided.
Well, wait. Before we even get there, everybody's crying, getting emotional, and...
Oh, right.
Boston Rob turns to Sandra and is like, was it that hard for you? She said... F no.
I just voted you out, and that's it.
Ah, I know!
She is a gem.
These two need, like, some sort of comedy variety show after this.
They need a podcast or something. I would listen to a podcast of Rob and Sandra. They are just great.
So funny. So funny.
Great. So, Vince did get a few votes, but ultimately Ronnie got the axe. Mm-hmm. He's going to Ponderosa. He's probably going to do some humanitarian work, because that's what they usually do. They give them the option of doing that, I think, while they're there, which is very nice and rewarding, and I'm glad that they're able to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. We saw the scenes from next week, and Nora is going a little crazy. And I'm here for it.
Wait, speaking of Nora and Debbie, Ronnie also went a little bit Debbie at Tribal Council.
Yeah.
Everybody's going Debbie. He's talking about all of his jobs that he's had. Yeah. What?
Was he from Jersey or
no, wasn't
Long
he
Island?
From Boston?
Oh, that's right. He was from Boston.
I thought he was the one that shouted out Boston.
Yeah. Yeah, South Boston.
Yeah. I've had all these jobs. Yankees suck.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to say Yankees suck.
Well, he didn't. And the Yankees are going to the playoffs.
So what'd you guys think of that episode? If you have comments, that would be great. If you said, hey, I liked it. Mm-hmm. Or if you're listening on a podcast thing, if you could review us and say that we're amazing, that would be great too.
Yeah, tell your friends about it.
Yeah. So we're going to just briefly touch on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, but before we get there, I just want to say, what do you think overall about the mentor twist?
I love it.
You down?
I'm so down.
Down to clown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm down to clown.
Okay. I love it. I think it's, you know what? That's why Survivor is so freaking successful, because it just keeps reinventing itself every season. And I'm there for it, because I love all of the new things that they come up with.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever hated a season of Survivor like I've hated Big Brother in the past.
And it seems like it just keeps getting better. Mm-hmm.
More innovative.
I don't know how they do it.
I think because it changes with society.
Yeah.
And it changes with generations.
And I think they just cast really great personalities.
So well cast.
And people that want to play this game and are serious about this game.
Yeah, there's like no recruits on Survivor.
We don't know that.
I don't think there's recruits on Survivor, because you've really... You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know enough about Survivor casting to say, but it doesn't feel quite as recruity as Big Brother does.
Yeah. There's amazing cast every season. Mm-hmm. You know, you can still have your villains, and you could still have your, you know, nice people and everything, and that's what makes the Survivor world go around. All right. I love it.
Well, speaking of like new twists and stuff and new formats, whatever, let's briefly touch on Dancing with the Stars, because it is now back after a year of being away, basically.
Yeah, that was a very long hiatus.
It was, and I missed it. Oh,
I did too.
But I guess, I mean, everybody's thinking that the show went away because people were upset about Bobby Bones winning, and they were kind of like retooling the show, kind of restructuring it so that wouldn't happen again. First of all, I feel so bad for Bobby Bones, because he's just trying to like live out a dream here.
Yeah. He can't help that everybody voted for him.
Yeah. I do think he's a good person, and he should be able to enjoy his win. But I'm really excited about the new format that they're using.
I think it's really successful. I think it's going to clear up a lot of issues that they've had in the past.
America, I love you, but I cannot trust your voting.
Yeah.
You know, on reality shows and otherwise. But anyway.
But the twist that we're speaking of is the bottom two. Mm-hmm. And the judges live discussing who they're going to get rid of to their faces.
Right.
It's very intense.
Oh my God. I was like having a meltdown when they did the first elimination, and they're like, you're safe, and you're safe, and you're safe. And everybody's just standing there like, call my name. Are they going to call my name?
That
it was
part
so
has
sad.
Always made me feel very emotional. Like, I didn't used to think that, and then I heard some of the cast talking about how gut-wrenching it is to stand there and wait for them, because they don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So it's very gut-wrenching for them to hear their name or not hear their name, or when they put that freaking red light on them, because apparently it's very difficult to hear in the ballroom.
I can imagine it would be, yeah.
So they don't know if they're calling their name to be safe or not. So it's nice
So
now that they're all saying that, who's safe.
Yeah. So when they're like, wait, I'm safe? What?
Yeah.
It's not just a dramatic thing. They
It's
really
because
cannot
they really can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um...
Right?
Yeah, but I do like that the judges have more say now over who goes home. Like, yes, America still has the power to vote. Right. America's still going to determine who the bottom two is.
America loads the gun, but the judges pull the trigger. Okay. Sorry about the gun reference, but that's all I could think of on the spot.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So the judges do have more say, which I think is a good move on the show's part. I wasn't completely satisfied with the bottom two this week. I don't think that Ray or Mary should have been in the bottom two.
No, that's for sure. But you know what? Kardashian Nation, I guess, kept Lamar Odom safe. So
I mean, he's also an athlete, and athletes tend to do well. So when you're an athlete and you're part of like the Kardashian world,
yeah,
you got a lot going for you.
Yeah. Who would you think was deserving of being in the bottom two?
Lamar and Sean Spicer.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, both of them improved a lot over their first dances, but I still think that the two of them should have been in the bottom two.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Who are some of your standouts so far?
I really love Karamo.
I do too.
I think he's having a great time.
You can see the joy on his face.
He's really enjoying himself. Mm-hmm. And I hope the other Queer Eyes are all supporting him in the audience.
I want to see Jonathan in the audience. I love
Jonathan has
so
a
much.
podcast. Did you know that?
I thought I heard that. He's got a lot going on. He's got a new book out too, which I'm going to have to check out.
Mm-hmm. I think Lauren Elena was a big improvement over last week.
I think her personality is really resonating with a lot of people too. I could see her going really far.
Mm-hmm. I think James Vanderbeek has been doing really well.
I had no idea he was a dancer.
I just wish he would get a haircut.
Yeah, we talked about that on our vlog.
Yeah.
I really was surprised and excited about Kate Flannery.
Yes.
Her foxtrot was so much fun. It was so cute.
She is such a cool person.
Yeah.
I would really love to hang out with her. And
that was like classic foxtrot too.
Yeah. She seems like a cool person to go get a drink with.
Oh, absolutely.
Or a coffee if you're into that.
Lampshade on the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that she goes far because I think she has a lot of potential.
Hannah Brown, I think you got a lot to live up to because you took an awful lot of dance lessons. You were showing an awful lot of end of the year photo shoots there to Alan, and I'm not going to give you,
shoots.
Like for the recitals.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like
goes.
now. Yeah, when she was a kid and like, oh, this is my costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is when I did shuffle step. I learned that this year.
Apparently, she's got some dance experience.
Yeah, so we want to see more from you.
I think she'll live up to it. I think,
okay.
And I think she's going to be around for a long time because we've seen in the past how strong Bachelor Nation is. So I think the combination of her actually having skill and having that Bachelor crowd behind her, she's probably going to be around for a long time too.
What do you think about the Wendy Williams feud with Christy Brinkley?
What did she say again?
She said that she thinks that Christy Brinkley faked her injury to get her daughter on the show. I say no.
Wendy.
No.
You know what kind of paycheck you're getting from this show.
Yeah.
I don't think she's faking an injury.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's a little bit ridiculous. How do you think that Sailor's doing?
Okay. I mean, she had a lot to make up. Mm-hmm. And
she did have a full amount of time to learn this routine. So that's good.
Yeah, but she didn't have the boot camp like the other stars
usually
do
you
at
have
the
a
beginning.
few weeks before, and they work on more than one dance.
Right. They give them the overview.
Like
and
a
then
foundation kind of thing. Like, these are the dances that we're going to have coming up in the next few weeks.
Right.
So she didn't have that. But I think she's got potential. That rumba had some issues.
Rumba is a difficult dance.
Rumba is an extremely difficult dance because it is so slow
Right.
You're
It
going to see
shows
all
everything.
the technique. And there is a lot of technique involved in Rumba.
You should never stop moving. You should be like a shark for Rumba.
Yeah.
Never stop moving or you die.
There is some, like, stop.
Right.
It looks like you're stopping, but you're not really. It's like it oozes. The rumba oozes. And then you have those punchy moments
Right.
that really make the dance what it is.
It's like when you get a ticket for cruising through that stop sign, I slow down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, I think she has potential.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. I'm trying to think.
What do you think of the new ballroom?
I think it looks really nice.
I think it's a little too busy.
You think?
I think it's very busy, very blown out. I think they've decreased the size of the dancing area. I think
I don't
that's
know.
what it looks like to me.
I would
I'm
have
not
to
sure.
see the side by side on that because it still looks like they have a lot of room to work.
They have new areas though for the kiss and cry and everything, which is probably better for filming.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the old ballroom. I thought it was fun.
I don't know. I think it looks nice.
It's very platinum-y.
Yeah.
It's very like metal heavy.
I have to say, the production and design team on this show
Is phenomenal.
are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And they put these sets together so quickly on commercial breaks and everything.
As quick as a Big Brother puppet show.
Faster.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, that's what we're thinking about Dancing with the Stars right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just touch very briefly, on Big Brother. Because, okay, if you guys want our full rundown on the Big Brother 21 finale, we got a whole ass 40-minute video
For the
talking
finale.
about that.
Yeah.
But as long as that was, we didn't actually discuss the voting breakdown
Right.
for the win, which is crazy. We were just so caught up in everything else that was going on, which I think is understandable considering the insanity of the pre-jury Q&A segment.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. But I don't want to get into talking about that again because we already talked about it. So,
Right.
okay, Jackson won over Holly by a vote of 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
What are your overall thoughts? Did you think it was going to be that close? Did you think it was going to be closer?
I was surprised slightly that Holly didn't win because I thought for sure Cliff and Tommy, after the questions that they gave Jackson, were going to be disgusted with Mickey and vote for Holly. Not to vote for Holly, but as a vote against Jackson.
Okay.
But that didn't happen.
I thought maybe Tommy, but I didn't think Cliff would. I thought Cliff was going to vote 100% game. You know, this whole season we've seen he's been like enamored with Jackson.
I don't know
because
why.
he sees Jackson as like a younger version of himself.
Oh, that's bad.
I know, right?
That's
Cliff.
bad.
Oh.
Cliff.
No.
Yeah.
So I was not surprised by Cliff's vote. Who else? Nick. He's obsessed with Jackson. We knew that. He kept saying, like, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Sis, they told her what to do, even though it wasn't, didn't she go out on Jackson's HOH?
She did. But I had a feeling she was going to vote however Jack voted.
Right.
And, you know, Jack has his bromance with
they're connected
Jackson
at the...
parts.
What? Yeah.
Christy, I thought she'd vote based on game.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I don't know. I thought there was a chance that maybe she would vote for Holly because of the whole, like, Jackson being a jerk thing.
Right.
What about on the other side? Are you surprised by any of the votes for Holly to win?
No.
Yeah. Nicole had mentioned that after living with Jackson and Holly for the last week, that really
She underestimated
made her decision for
Holly.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a really good conversation last week where Holly was breaking down her game and Nicole really had a newfound respect for her.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that she went with Holly. And I think Nicole was honestly like a little bit disgusted by some of Jackson's gameplay.
Right.
And the way...
Kat knew Holly.
Yeah, and she could not have voted for Jackson. That would have been so embarrassing.
And Jess was disgusted by Jackson, so...
All right.
There you go. There you have it.
There's your voting breakdown. I'm really curious if the votes would have been different if they had voted after they talked to the pre-jurors and all that information came out, would they have changed things and been like, ugh, you know, I don't want to be one of these people voting for Jackson after hearing some of these
like
things
you said,
come up?
As far as Cliff goes, probably not, but possibly Tommy.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, well.
Sorry for the dog snoring, but she's really tired.
It's really hard work being so cute all the time.
I know, right? All right. So that was our very first podcast.
Hope you guys
Congratulations
enjoyed it.
if you made it this far. We love you.
Yes.
We'll love you forever.
We will be back next week with more.
Reality TV Roundup.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll be sprinkling in part 3 of the Potomac reunion.
And Below
Deck.
Below Deck.
Yeah.
This could go on for hours.
We'll have a lot to talk about next week. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We totally appreciate you. And until next time, much love.